Hey guys, so today we're going to work on the solving for x and slope-intercept form assignment. Yesterday you did section 1, today you're going to do section 2, the slope-intercept form. We did this before briefly and we're just going to circle back to it and spend a little bit more time on it because it was something that was hard for a lot of kids. Alright, so in this section we're going to identify the slope and y-intercept of an equation in that point slope form. And then we're going to take a jumbled up equation and write it in the slope-intercept form. And then we're going to find the slope without using the equation, but using a table of values. All right, so we'll do 5a, 6e, and 7 together, so that way you get some free answers and you know how to do the rest by yourself. All right, so 5a, you have this equation already in point slope form. When it's in point slope form, it looks something like this. Y equals a number, which is the slope, times x, plus or minus another number, which is the y-intercept. So the nice thing about 5a, b, c, and d is that you just have to look at the equation. You don't have to do a whole lot of math. So the slope is always going to be that number in front of the x when it's written in point slope form. So if we look at our equation, we have y equals 3x plus 1. 3 is in front of the x, so that means our slope is 3. Easy peasy. All right, the y-intercept is always going to be the sign and the number after the x. So plus or minus whatever that number is. In this case, we have a plus 1, so that means our y-intercept is 1. That's all you have to do for 5a, b, c, and d. All right, moving on to 6e. It shows up as e. Yeah, I don't know, Google Docs just kind of messed that one up. It's supposed to be A, but it's 6E. So that first one for 6. So they have a jumbled up equation, and your job is just to rewrite this equation so it's in that nice slope-intercept form. So if you needed to, you could find the slope and the intercept, but you don't have to do that for this problem. You just have to put it in that form. All right, so when you have a jumbled up equation and you need it in that slope-intercept form, you're just going to do the same steps that you would for solving for x. Instead of solving for x and getting one, like x equals blah, 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 like one number, you're going to have y equals number times x plus or minus another number. So that way it's in that point slope form. Okay, so when we're done, we should have something that looks like this instead of just y equals one number or x equals one number. All right, so in order to do this, we are going to try to get y by itself. And in order to do that, we're going to do inverse operations. So y is almost by itself on this side. I just need to get rid of this minus 2. Opposite of minus 2 is plus 2. So if I add 2 on this side, minus 2 plus 2 is 0, so they cancel out. But if I do it to this side, I have to do it to the other side, so I need to add 2 to the other side. And when I do that, I get y equals minus 3x. And I can't combine that 2 with this 3x, so it's just going to be plus 2 at the end. All right, and that would be your answer for 6e. Y equals minus 3x plus 2. And that's all you're going to do for 6e, f, g, and h. All right, moving on to number 7. For number 7, you're going to find the slope using just the table of values. So they don't give us an equation, but we're going to use this table of values to figure out the slope. And in order to do that, you are going to take 2 of the y numbers, subtract, find the difference, and divide them by the difference between 2 of your x numbers. Okay, so we're going to take this minus 2, subtract 3, divide that by minus 1, subtract 0. Okay, so first let's simplify the top and the bottom of this fraction, and then we'll do our division. Okay, so first I need to take negative 2 minus 3 to find the difference. And that answer is negative 5. Negative 1 minus 0 is just negative 1. Now if I take those numbers and divide them, I have 5. So my slope in this case is 5. Pick two numbers from your y, find the difference, divide that by two numbers from your x, and divide them. Easy peasy. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. My email is at the bottom of that Google Classroom post, as well as my Google Voice phone number. Good luck, guys.